I'm filming this the day before it hopefully goes up this week, and right now I have maybe 4 or 5 other videos that have already been filmed or in the process of being filmed that will come up later. So content might be a little bit out of order, so you're definitely getting a really big sneak peek of my new hair. But for the next couple of uploads, I'm gonna be blonde again. I usually like to upload in chronological order, so it does bother me a little bit, but I love it. I haven't been my natural hair color since I was maybe 16 years old. Like, I have been dyeing it lighter and lighter until I was eventually completely blonde the last 11, 12 years of my life. So it feels like a really big change to me, and that's why I wanted to mention it. But this is the first time in probably my whole life where I want to really embrace who I am naturally. And I mean like natural hair color, like ethnicity, culture, self-identity, all of that. It does really remind me of like Mia Sayoko's comeback on YouTube, if anybody watches her, where she used to also kind of whitewash her hair and her makeup and her clothes, and then she came back tattooed with black hair and changed her name to her Japanese name. So I kind of feel that same way with my identity here, but I've been wanting to make this video for a while, especially since uploading my last 2 work day in the life vlogs. I really did just want to sit down and talk about where this money is coming from, because you saw the work vlogs, you saw the day in the life vlogs of how I'm working and where I'm putting my time, but where's the money coming from, you know? So I thought it would be the perfect time to do an updated streams of revenue video to help fully understand what goes on behind those work vlogs and where the payments are coming from. Also, I really hope that this video comes across educational and informative, because in no means am I bragging by this. I mean, there's nothing too crazy here, just like a lot of different places I'm trying to earn money. I love watching videos like this as a viewer, and I find them to be so encouraging and motivating for me to think of new ways to earn income, and that's all that I want to do today. So if you have any other ideas for earning money, if you have any multiple streams of revenue that you have that I don't mention, please, if you feel comfortable, share them down below. I'd love to hear about them. I'd love to help encourage others watching and reading the comments to find ways to earn money, because I think we are all capable and we have this in ourselves to earn more money. But if you need some ideas, then this video is for you. I have been wanting to do an updated streams of revenue video for a while, so I do have an old one posted from 2020 sharing my 14 streams of revenue, but a lot has changed since then. A lot of my sources of revenue and income has shifted to something very different today, so I wanted to do an updated streams of revenue video, as well as provide some insight or ideas if you were also looking to expand your own revenue. I did also recently chat about this in a podcast episode of mine. So Breaking Up with Makayla Samountry is my podcast. We're on season 2 right now, and it's been such a fun time. But I did recently make a whole podcast episode deep diving into my streams of revenue, really talking about how it got started, how much money each source makes, and how to start your own. So if you want more in-depth conversation about this, definitely check it out on all podcast streaming platforms. I believe it's like episode 16. It's called My 16 Streams of Revenue and Ideas to Expand Your Own. Let's chat money. And that is exactly what we are going to do today. So I actually have the list on, I don't have the list on my phone. I have it in my journal. Okay, I was so confused because I knew I had the list somewhere. This is my 2023 budgeting journal. I made a full video at the beginning of this year explaining how I set mine up, layouts, organization, everything that's in here before I filled it with my 2023 finances. So if you want to see that video on how I structure everything, including my total budget breakdown for how much I need to spend every single month, I have a ton of finance videos talking about how much money I spend each month just on like bills, how much money I spent total for 2022. That one was hard to film. I have, again, the budget breakdown video. I've got how I went from broke to earning 6 figures in a year. So a lot of finance videos. I'll link them all down below in my finance playlist. I also want to do an updated video on my investing, because it's been almost 3 years, I think, since I posted about investing for beginners, and I've gotten a lot of questions since then, so I probably should do an updated one. We'll talk a little bit about that today as well, but I've got the list of 16 streams of revenue in this budget journal. This helps me stay organized, but also provides a structured layout for me to also kind of visually see where all of my income is coming from, and then help brainstorm more ways, because that's the ultimate goal, right? We all want to make as much money as we possibly can. I think there's like a very... Is Luna throwing up? You okay, girl? What's happening? Oh, Luna, can you breathe? Are you fine? Cats are so weird. She sounded like she was dying, but she's fine now. I think there's a very like old traditional concept of earning money, how you should have a typical like 9-to-5 cubicle, desk job, whatever, and you just work your way up from intern, secretary, beginner status, just higher and higher and higher, and you just basically work until you retire. But lately, I feel like there's been a lot of education on expanding your streams of revenue and working smarter, not harder, finding ways to retire in your 40s or 50s or even 30s, you know, expanding passive income and discovering how to earn passive income and how to kind of like take what the generations before us have learned, but then make it even better, if that makes sense. And I think the pandemic especially taught us how nothing is secure. Even if you feel safe in one position and one stream of revenue, the pandemic, I think it just showed us that no job is safe. And that's why it is so important in my mind to make sure that you cover your butt basically and have as many streams of revenue as possible, so that in case anything happens to one stream of revenue, you're going to be okay because you've built up revenue in a different way. Again, I totally believe that this is possible for anybody. Like if you want to expand your streams of revenue, here's a ton of ideas I'm about to share with you. If you can think it, it already exists. Like if the idea is in your mind, it came from somewhere, it's totally possible, and I totally do live like that. So if you want more info on this, more guidance, whatever, I do highly recommend my podcast. This video is going to be super literal with ways to earn more money, but if you're a more spiritual manifestation type of person, I do have a full video on how to manifest money. So if you want to manifest abundance into your life, I'll link that video down below and above as well. That goes over the mindset, the habits, the manifestation, the rituals, the tools needed, all of that. But today we're gonna talk about the actual streams of revenue. So I have my list. I have it organized from the first stream of revenue being what brings in the most money to the last thing on the list as the least. And some of these at the beginning kind of do change depending on the month or the quarter or the year. So sometimes like number 2 might bring in more money than number 1, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not already. I have a lot of various types of content on this channel, ranging from financial videos like this, spiritual videos, crystals, a lot of home, lifestyle, day in the life, work vlogs, travel, OnlyFans. We'll talk a lot about that today as well. With all that being said, the first thing on my streams of revenue list is actually, big surprise, YouTube. I started my YouTube channel in 2015, and back then you didn't need a minimum to monetize your platform. So I believe today you need 1,000 subscribers and like 10,000 watch minutes or something like that. Back then, this was like 2015 YouTube era, there wasn't that minimum, so I was able to start earning as soon as I hit upload. I believe my first payout must have been in 2015 or 2016 for a couple $100s, because the minimum payout is 100. And then by 2019, I decided to pursue YouTube full time. When the restaurant I worked at shut down, I just decided to go for it, and I'm so glad that I did. Now, YouTube definitely has gone through its ups and downs with income, and I think every single YouTuber can agree that there was a peak time of YouTube money, and right now it feels like it's declining because of all of these competitive short form content platforms that we have with TikTok and Instagram Reels. And then not only that, but then the following, the brands, the marketing, wanting to work with TikTokers rather than YouTubers. So the money has shifted, but YouTube is still a very consistent form of income in my life. It definitely doesn't pay the bills as great as it once did, But hey, the thing about social media is it is interchangeable and so unpredictable, so you never really know. I think I have a full video too on like the breakdown of how YouTube pays you. I think it's called How Much I Made on YouTube in a Year, or How Much a Million Views Made on YouTube, but I do have more videos about that if you want to deep dive into like the RPM breakdown and exactly how I'm getting paid. Number 2 is OnlyFans. So I have been doing OnlyFans since 2020. I'm sure if you watch my content, you're familiar with my journey, but if not, I do have a full playlist. I literally started vlogging the journey of trying OnlyFans day 1 to today, so you can kind of see the structure, the monetization, the earnings, how I really grew that platform to what it is today. And I think YouTube and OnlyFans at the top definitely support me the most. A big thing about income that I kind of want to make sure I mention too is when you have a source of income doing really well, I find it so important to try to make more money where you're making money, if that makes sense. I feel like I really did that with OnlyFans, and I kind of break it down to help clearly show that. But number 3 on my list is actually OnlyFans referrals. So this is when somebody signs up for their own OnlyFans off of my referral link, and I receive 5% of their earnings for a year. It used to be a lifetime. And then Trisha Paytas got mad. I mean, it's old drama if you're familiar with it, but then OnlyFans changed their agreements, and referrals only get 5% for 1 year. So unfortunately, this one has gone down a lot since 2020 as well, just with the hype of OnlyFans dying. But if you are still thinking about signing up for OnlyFans, I do have my referral link down below. You don't lose any money by doing this. I'm not taking any money from other creators. I'm just taking 5% of the 20% that OnlyFans takes out. So instead, OnlyFans as a platform receives 15%, and that 5% goes to another creator. So I really like doing this because it really helps support other creators rather than giving OnlyFans, the platform, the money. This source of income does shift a lot. Some months are really great, some are lower than others, but it's also cool because it allows me kind of some insight to see how well other creators are doing that month. Because if I'm having a low month, sometimes I don't know, like, is it me? Is it the platform? Like, what's going on? But if my referrals are low, I know that other people also are having a lower month, and then vice versa. If I'm having an awesome month, referrals are high, everyone seems to be doing well. So that is also an option. Now, my 4th stream of revenue, again, kind of branching off of OnlyFans, because, you know, if you got it, monetize it, and I'm trying to monetize it as best as I can, is OnlyFans promos. I do offer, I don't want this whole video to sound like a big advertisement for everything that I offer, but again, that's how I make money. So I'm just trying to go down the line, I promise. But OnlyFans promos helps a ton, not only for other creators to gain exposure, but I do offer this on my OnlyFans platform. So if you are interested in hearing more, just shoot me a DM on Instagram and we can get one scheduled. Number 5 on my list is actually OnlyFans Zoom consultations as well. So I do also offer 30-minute Zoom consultations, one-on-one help, just to help with like any questions that you may have. We can go over your page, help get it set up. It's really your time. That is just one big example of how I took one stream of revenue that was doing well, OnlyFans, and then finding a way to really make as much money out of the money being made as possible. So whatever you have going on that is already doing well, try to really expand it. Number 6 on my list is my Amazon storefront. I feel like it's pretty common, and a lot of creators do have an Amazon storefront, but this is basically just like an affiliate hub through using a Amazon affiliate link of mine. So depending on the brand, product, category, I receive like 3, 5, 8, 10, 15% commission from that purchase. And that's why like so many creators do link Amazon products. It was actually my mother that suggested that I start an Amazon storefront for my platforms, and I was really against it in the beginning. I didn't realize, I guess, how much you could really make, but I'm so glad that I listened to my mother and I made an account, because that first month as an Amazon affiliate storefront creator, I made over $1,000. That just like wouldn't even be possible. Like that was enough to pay my rent at the time, and that wouldn't even have been possible if my mom wasn't encouraging me to do it. And I was a small creator at the time, but I got really lucky because I made a Amazon favorites video, and that just gained a lot of traffic. But even if somebody doesn't buy something that you link, if they click on your link, and they have things in their cart or they're browsing and they shop, you still make an affiliate of that purchase because they used your link to get to Amazon. So that's why it's so important as a creator to leave that link like anywhere you can. I try my best to leave some in my description boxes, on Instagram. Even when my friends and family are purchasing stuff off of Amazon, I usually will ask them if I can send them one of my links so that I make a couple bucks. Ashton recently needed to buy some things off of Amazon, so I sent him a link. I made $8. The thing about Amazon affiliates too is I don't think it's that hard to be approved. I did apply in 2020, so things may have changed, but I'm pretty sure like anybody can apply and have a platform on Amazon. So even if you're afraid that you are not that big of a creator or you wouldn't make any money, it does not hurt to have one and to set one up. It's super easy to set up. Once you get that going, drop that link to everybody you know, your parents, your significant other, your friends. If anybody is buying anything off of Amazon, send them that link. And then, you know, your own personal like Instagram stories or DMs. I think this is a really great side hustle, especially because Amazon has different like programs at different times where certain categories you may make a really big commission versus others, so then you can promote things from that as well. Leads me right into number 7 on my list of streams of income, just affiliates in general. I do have affiliate links with a couple of different brands that kind of like sporadically will bring in chunks of income. If you listen to my podcast or have been watching my content for a while, I worked with Banish Skincare for a few years and I really do love them. Like I use Banish today still. My closet, my bathroom is full of Banish products. But what I really love about their products, besides them being like awesome, vegan, fresh quality that has totally cleared my skin, is their affiliates program is amazing. I do always have that affiliate link as well, but that is one that kind of consistently brings in some traffic. I've got a eyeglasses affiliate. Oh, Hey Happiness Jewelry. That is my butterfly necklace as well as these earrings. And I wear these every single day. So it's really easy for me to just link, you know, necklace, earrings. And that way, if anybody's curious, they'll click on it and I'll make a little bit of commission if they do purchase any. But that being said, I do love my butterfly necklace. I've worn it for, I think, 2 years every single day. I love it. And I think now, can't anybody set one up for like Shein and sites like that? I don't shop from Shein, so I don't really know how it works, but I've seen people on TikTok say that they've set one up. It's definitely something to look into, especially if it's something that you frequently buy from or shop or like to promote. It would help a ton. Number 8 on my list is brand deals, YouTube brand deals, Instagram, TikTok. This one definitely varies a ton. Some months, some parts of the year are busier than others with brand deals. I know like the holiday season tends to bring in a lot of brand deal traffic, as well as early summer. The payment itself for brand deals is usually pretty nice, but the reason it's this low on my list is because it's not that consistent at all. I definitely get kind of lucky here and there. Like in January, I got a pretty nice TikTok brand deal. YouTube, it's sporadic. Instagram, I feel like in the summertime I get a couple, but not too many. I feel like that one's pretty self-explanatory. Number 9 on my list is merch. So I do have a merch shop down below connected to Spring Shop. I've had 3 merch launches, I think. I should do an updated one because I do have an idea that I think would be really cute. So I might drop that soon. But I do have some merchandise. Definitely went through some peaks here and there, like in 2020 with OnlyFans. If you got it, monetize it. That's kind of my motto. But I did recently launch new If You Got It, Monetize It merch, a more simple, minimal collection. The first one was very like pastel Visco girl era, and now this one is like grown. It's very minimal, but I do love it. It's so soft. I do always run a few discount codes as well in my merch shop. That is another random kind of stream of revenue that I've expanded on. Number 10 on my list is my podcast. So luckily I was able to start monetizing my podcast again. I love my podcast. Like, I know I mentioned it earlier, but I started that in 2019, 2020. It was before the pandemic. The RPM for podcasting is like $10, but it's higher if it's on Spotify, and then it's lower if it's off of Spotify. But again, like that's definitely something that you cannot just do wanting to earn money. You have to really love it. The money for podcasting is kind of just like a bonus. And when I do cash out, it could pay a bill, it could pay a nice dinner, Who knows? Well, we'll see. Not too nice. I guess that should kind of be lower on the list because some of these down here have kind of expanded. I don't know. Number 11, I feel like I may have mentioned this, maybe not in this video, but that is actually tarot readings. So I do offer readings if anybody is looking for guidance, clarity, hope. I love giving tarot readings to friends. If you're interested, I have more info on my Instagram. Just shoot me a message over there. I have a highlight all about different types of readings I offer, but I've been doing tarot readings for almost 10 years now, and I've started doing them on other people since 2016. So like 7 years. I am the only person that I would probably trust to give myself a reading. That's how clear I trust my messages, and I really do feel called. It's crazy, like the information that can be discovered through readings and different tools used, but I won't spend too much time talking about that. If that's something you are curious about or into, just DM me on Instagram and I can give you more info. But I love giving readings, and it's definitely something where if you are just looking for more guidance or clarity or have something on your mind, it can really help. Number 12 on my list is TikTok. So in January, I was able to join the Creator Fund. I have a full video on monetizing TikTok and how much 5 million views on TikTok makes, how much 1 million views on TikTok makes. This year, I've had one video hit 5 million, another hit 1 million, and then some scattered in between. The thing with TikTok is it's so vague with how you're earning income. There is no RPM, there is no breakdown. It's very, very sus. But I have earned about $250 since January off of TikTok, basically just off of the viral videos. Most days I make like a penny, but if one video pops off, I'll make like 50 bucks. So again, kind of something that is very unpredictable here and there, but does help. The next thing on my list is actually my Etsy shop. So when I shared my 2023 journal layouts this year, I actually created a digital layout version of my journal layouts on Etsy. So if you want like the structure, if you want to make your own digital planner or copy of it, everything is on Etsy. I think it's always linked down below. I have like my moon calendar, my manifestation, my list for books, like everything on how I prefer to journal is there. Now, of course, with journaling, a lot of it is so personal, and I like to add touches of like what's going on in my life to the layout. Like for example, my birthday month, I saved the wrapping paper that people gave me and used that as a backdrop in my journal for writing on. But some of the more basic layouts I have on Etsy, if you're ever curious, or if you're more of like a digital planner person than physical, then you have like the digital copy of it. But Etsy is a really good platform to look into for earning income, especially digital prints, because that's something that you can technically turn into passive income, because you really only have to make the item once and a infinite number of people can download it if they purchase it. So, you know, look up on Etsy like digital planners, digital layouts, and I feel like there's a lot of people that are doing very well by creating this. I discovered this through like different YouTube videos talking about how to earn passive income on Etsy, and it's definitely a platform to learn more about if you're curious with creation and selling, because you can make a lot of money doing that. Yeah, okay, number 14 on my list is actually dividends. I'm not gonna sit here and mansplain investing, but I do have an individual account and my Roth IRA retirement account. And with these accounts, I receive dividends each quarter from different shares I hold. So basically, if a company makes a certain amount of money, I get a very, very small percentage of how much money they made because I'm a shareholder. I do have a full video breaking down investing if you want more info. I feel like it's pretty easy to understand if you're just getting familiar with it. So I'll link that above and down below. For my Roth IRA, because that's where I have most of my investing, just because it's my retirement account, I feel like it's safer there. So I'm making about $100 in dividends a quarter off of my Roth IRA. And I do have my dividends reinvested back into the companies. So the money that they give me, I put back into more shares, so then I earn more, so then I get more money each time, and it grows and grows and grows, and it's just a way to help my money make money. But dividends is a really awesome way to make passive income. Some people do use that income, but I choose to put it right back into the stock market and allow my money to make money, because that's the goal, right? We all want our money to make money passively, so then we don't have to do the dirty work. I feel like I talk more about this in my podcast, but moving on. Number 15 on my list, kind of similar with passive income, not really, is actually my high interest savings account interest rate. So I feel like I've talked about this a little bit, but there are high interest savings accounts that are designed to allow you to earn more money if that's where you're putting all of your money into. I feel like I explained this so much better in my podcast episode, but basically, unlike a checkings account where personally I make like 15 cents off of interest a month, like nothing, there are specifically designed high interest savings accounts. I would Google it to see if there's a bank or a company that works best for you, but you can find one with interest rates as high as like 1% during like a good time. It does kind of change. Maybe instead of 1%, it's 0.8% or 0.7. But just for some context, and I'm gonna be completely transparent here, I'm just gonna share this for educational purposes. Plus, I've already mentioned this in older videos about buying a house for the first time. Personally, I saved $150,000 for this house. Thank you to OnlyFans. Seriously. I put all of that into a high interest savings account with a 1% interest rate. So at the peak of my savings account, when I had $150K in there, 1% interest each month would be $1,500. Which is wild. For a while, when I was working up to that and I had like 30K, 50K, 80K, I would make like $300 of interest a month, keeping it in that account. So then now I have my money making money. Now 1% was like prime time COVID. I think if I Google the rates right now, high yield savings, let's see. Okay, so right now, high yield savings offer up to 5.2%. This other one, 4%. It seems like right now 5% is the highest, 5.5%. Let's say that you're able to save $50,000, right? 5% is $2,500. Like, look up high yield savings accounts and compare interest rates, because that is a place where you can have your money make money. And right now I do make a nice little savings chunk each month off of interest, because it's in this high interest savings account, and I keep it there so that my savings grow and grow better than if that money was cash or in just a normal checkings account or even the stock market. So definitely a way to just divide and conquer. But the last thing on my list is actually my Medium account, and this one doesn't really count because I haven't monetized it yet, but I would love to. This is another platform that requires you to have a minimum in order to earn money. So I think it's 100 followers and articles written every single 6 months or something like that. But Medium's a really cool platform to look into if you also like writing, if you like blog articles, because it's the same structure as like YouTube videos, except the content you're creating is article based and you get paid per reads. So when people are reading your articles, there's some sort of RPM. I don't know that much about it, honestly, but I do know that I love writing and I would absolutely kill it if I could monetize that platform. So I got really into it last winter and I've gained some momentum, but it's not yet monetized. So I'm just not sure, but I do know that would be like a really good endeavor if I want to expand my revenue streams. And if you're looking for something online that allows you to earn money, that could definitely be a great possibility for you. But that is my list of all of my current streams of revenue. I really hope this helped. As a viewer, this is something that I love to watch because it helps motivate me, it helps encourage me, it helps me think of ideas to earn more money. And that's all that I want to do here, because it's other creators that talked about their streams of income that led me to creating my list of how I earn money. So I just want to kind of pass that along and keep the chain going and help encourage you to think of your own ways. None of this is to brag. I mean, let's be honest, most of these platforms are not earning that much right now, but I'm still going strong. And the reason that I'm feeling okay about that is because I have so many different streams of revenue. So I know if something isn't doing that well, I'm gonna be okay because I have other streams of revenue going on at the same time. I'm so curious if you also have multiple forms of revenue. Please share them down below if you're comfortable. I would love to hear about the creative, innovative ways that you are earning income, and if there's anything else that you can think of. The battery just died. But yeah, if you're comfortable sharing your streams of revenue, please share them down below. I'd love to hear them, gain some inspo, and help encourage other people find ways to earn more income. Also, I forgot to mention, but this shirt is from a sweet subscriber named Jade. I don't know if she still watches my videos, but she sent this over 2 summers ago as a housewarming gift, handmade for me, and I love it so much. So I'm gonna link her shop down below if it's still active. Jaded XO Creations, I believe, is her shop name. Check it out because her shirt is so cute, so soft, and I love it so much. I'll see you guys real soon with my next video. Bye. So while I was filming, the cats were knocked out. Sleepy babies.